which Krunker YouTuber has the best settings? A question as old as time itself, and that is what I am going to be finding out for you guys in today's video. So I gathered the settings of 3 of Krunker's top YouTubers. I tested all 3 of these guys' settings in Krunker pub matches to get to the bottom of who truly has the best settings out of the Krunker YouTubers. Just one more thing before we do get into the video, 93% of you are not subscribed, so if you were subscribed, that would mean a lot to me. And apart from that, the first settings that we are going to be trying out today are those of Penta owner Kashy cans. Alright, so pretty much we just tried to load in Cache of Cans' settings and it didn't work, so I've actually loaded a different Cache of Cans settings into the browser here that we are now playing on, as you can see. Oh my god, this looks weird. What was that? They don't have R as reload, as up as reload. That's so weird. Yeah, very vibrant, very bright. It's kind of loud. It's really weird not being able to switch to my knife or mouse wheel up. Mouse wheel up is the reload. It's really unusual to get used to. But yeah, very, very vibrant settings. Very Cache of Cans-esque. The crosshair feels a lot bigger than I'm used to. It's probably because I play on stretched. Yeah, the game looks really nice. All the shadows and the ambience. I love the feel of this map actually. Come to look at it, it's really quite beautiful. Like with just all the shadows. It's all like really, really nice looking. I'm actually quite a big fan of the mouse wheel reload. It feels almost like just natural. It's very, very natural. It's a very like slight movement, and I guess you could argue the same with just going over and pressing R on your keyboard, right? Just the ease of being able to mouse wheel reload is just, oh. But yeah, the reload is one thing I really, really do like about these settings. New aspect ratio. I also like the E-bind for the airdrop. That's really, really nice. Citadel looks weird. I will say that. I'm not liking how Citadel looks on these settings. It's so green. Oh my. The HUD seems really big as well. I'm not... I kind of like it. Actually, yeah, I'm quite a fan of the HUD. The last thing that I would probably say that I like about these settings is the knife. You know, on my settings, I don't have this like knife pull-out animation. Like it doesn't look like this. The spin and the hands, oh, it goes immaculately together. Alright, so final thoughts on Kashy's settings. The game is very vibrant. It looks really, really nice with the shadows. It feels really smooth. I really like the pull-out animation on the knife. I really like how this knife looks in terms of just how good the game looks in general. I like the reload bind. So yeah, if you want a vibrant game that just looks really nice, it feels really nice and smooth, then these are probably the settings for you. So yeah, that's about it for Kashy settings. I would recommend you to use them if you're more of a pub stomping sort of player. That's what I feel they're more sort of aimed at. But yeah, on to the next settings. Right now we are going to be playing with Kappuccino's settings. Alright. Immediately, really, really high sense. Yeah, we're gonna have to turn this one down. I was able to play on Kashy sense, but I cannot play on this sense. I'm also gonna turn the volume up a little bit. We're gonna Jesus. There's absolutely no way that Kappuccino plays on default sense. Right off the bat, the HUD is a lot smaller. That is something that I immediately dislike about these settings. I did like the bigger sort of HUD on Kashy settings personally. And I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not hating on Kappuccino or anything like that. You might like this. Immediately, you can definitely tell how much less vibrant this is. It's a lot more dull. The ADS is also 1, I believe. Damage numbers on. But yeah, I do actually like how Faceit looks. It really captures the atmosphere of Faceit properly. A bit more dull, dark. What I do really like about these settings is how far the knife is away from like the center of the screen. I really do like this. I think it's at a perfect distance. On Kashy settings, the knife was a bit too close to like the camera, sort of, if you get what I mean. And this is just like the perfect distance. You can see it spitting out nicely, really nicely. Arms on, and of course you see the Khanreaper itself in all its glory. Sort of perfect size for a Khanreaper. What is this though? I don't know how I feel about that. I think in comparison to Kashy settings, these are much more targeted towards a ranked sort of player base. Whilst Kashy's was sort of like, yeah, you can have a bit of fun in pubs. It's definitely more ranked based. The tab doesn't work. Oh! Tab turns on the primary. Oh my. I was pressing tab to see the scoreboard and it just turns on the primary. You can make the primary and the arms go invisible and you can make them come back. Just like that. Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, this is really cool. Usually you'd want to have like your sort of primary off. Just since it frees up more of the screen on which you can see stuff. But I mean, if you're going for like clicks and stuff, I can see why having it on would be useful, and I can see why having a keybind for it would be helpful also. Yeah, I sort of prefer this HUD size almost. I think Kashy's HUD here is too big, and Kappuccino's is a little bit too small. I like a nice in-between, personally. I don't know if that's just because I'm used to it or what. I mean, there's nothing really else to say other than it's very different from Kashy settings in the sense that it's almost sort of comp-focused. If you want to use Kashy settings, I recommend using it in like pubs or something. They're very vibrant, like I said before, and in comparison, these settings that I'm on right now, they're very dull. They're very sort of ranked based almost. These are almost like your go-to sort of ranked settings. Very dull. You're not getting distracted by the colors. You've got damage numbers on. You've got very nice knife sort of positioning almost. Pretty small HUD, so you're not really getting distracted. So I would recommend using these settings if you are very into ranked and you need some good, like, decent ranked settings and you don't know where else to look. Alright, so anyways, that's pretty much a wrap on Kappuccino's settings, and next up, the final YouTuber whose settings we are going to be trying out are, of course, the settings of the one, the only, Sillyaw. I mean, Jesus, these don't look like Sillyaw settings at all. Jesus, let me switch a few things. So immediately, resolution is on 0.6, double that. Volume, a little bit loud. There's a lot of ambient volume. We can turn that right down. So this definitely looks like more old Sillyaw-ish. The ADS doesn't actually aim down the sights of the gun. You know, I kind of like that, actually. Immediately I notice old scoreboard is off. I have no idea how many players are in the game. I have no idea who's winning and by how much score. There's also no tab, so I can't even check it if I wanted to. I do like this though. I do like the primary model on. I sort of like the ADS. Actually, I very much do like the ADS. Because it's not like a lot of your screen is sort of freed up still when you ADS. It's like the intermediate between having your primary weapon on and having it fully off. So yeah, the shadows are very similar to Kashy's shadows in the way that it sort of makes the map look nice, but it's not as vibrant almost. You got medals on. So if I had to say, I'd say these are really quite similar to Kashy settings. If you sort of think about it, they're just not really as vibrant. There's no KD, there's nothing to tell you your kills and the amount of deaths that you have. But yeah, I quite like them again. Damage numbers are a little bit big, if I had to say anything. I think they could be turned down a little bit, but of course it's all down to personal preference at the end of the day. But yeah, the game looks really smooth. I really do like the speed at the top of the screen. The speed numbers, especially them being in black and white, that's really cool. It could probably be a bit more vibrant from a video creation perspective, which I think he has changed in his newer settings. It's not quite nice. I'm enjoying the time I've spent playing on these. So I mean, yeah, if you're trying to get into video creation, you need some good settings. Definitely Sillyaw would be a very good shout, because it just makes it look so clear, super clear, super easy to tell what's going on, and it looks like we nuked. Easy peasy. So I guess that sort of also answers the question of which one of these three settings is more superior. I guess it's city settings. Closing thoughts. Whose settings did I think were the best? Honestly, I thought they were all pretty good. I don't really have many complaints about any of them. Just to summarize each player's settings one more time. If you're going for pub stomping and you want some good settings, definitely go for Kashy settings. If you need some basic Krunker competitive settings, then Kappuccino is where you're going to be wanting to go to get those. And if you're getting into video creation and you need just like a clean screen, then definitely use Sillyaw settings. For me personally, I don't mind playing any of these settings, obviously with a few minor changes here and there to like sensitivity and stuff. If I had to crown one of these players the king of YouTuber settings, then I guess it has to be Sillyaw, because his settings are the only ones that I got a nuke with. But in all seriousness, if I did not get a nuke with Sillyaw settings, then I would be absolutely clueless as to who I would crown, I guess, the YouTube king of settings. Each person has their own taste, and that taste is personal to you, so if you want to get your settings off a Krunker YouTuber, at the end of the day, that's your choice, but I would recommend obviously making a few minor changes just to personalize it to your own personal taste. And yeah, apart from that, feel free to click any of the videos that are on screen right now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see me do this again with updated settings or maybe some other YouTuber settings, then feel free to like just comment what YouTuber I should do this with. The links to all these guys' channels will be in the description below. Feel free to drop this video a like if you did enjoy. That's about it from me, and yeah, stay safe. Take care.